And we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live as we are. We're live at American and Import Auto Repair again in Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program on this Tuesday, April the 17th, 2018. And again, wrapping up things at Bristol Motor Speedway, obviously, and back in the saddle, ready to go here for the next couple of days for this week. Short work week for the show, but certainly not a short work week. This could be a long show. A short work week for us. So anyway, we're here again, show number 728 on this Tuesday. It is tax day, of course, 2018. Don't remind me, Tom. Okay, I won't remind you, but it's tax day. It is. And 251 days to Christmas is what you have. Show number 728. Coming up, we're going to be joined by Ryan Presnell, the head baseball coach. He'll join us by phone to the Elizabethton Cyclones. We have baseball scheduled tonight at 7 o'clock. The Cyclones and the Sullivan South Rebels, although it is a little cool here for Dogwood Winter. And so we'll see if that one's going to be underway or not, given the fact that we've had a lot of rain and wind, and you know what we've had over the last 24 to 48 hours. He'll join us coming up in a few minutes. Tim Smith, the owner of American and Import Auto Repair, going to be joining us. Cynthia is going to join us, talking about this great program you can get. You know, Mother's Day is right around the corner, so this is a great giveaway right here. Or not a giveaway, but a great product that you can give as a Mother's Day present. The Super Saver Maintenance Club. We'll tell you all about that coming up here in a little while as well. Jeff Birchfield stops by again. Jeff with the Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News there all weekend long, and had a great article over the weekend how he rode around the high banks of Bristol on a media tour with Boogity Darrell Waltrip. The legendary driver won 7 in a row at Bristol Motor Speedway. So Birchfield will be by here in a little while. Talk to us about that. And, of course, we now shift our gears to this particular race, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race coming up in 123 days from today. So we'll start that countdown, obviously. We just did. 120 days till the truck race as well. So it's all good. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got lots to talk about. We got NASCAR, college football. There is a state high school association is going to implement instant replay in high school football. That's where we're headed. It won't be long. You mark it. Tennessee will have the same thing. So we've got a state we'll tell you all about that's going to be doing, starting this year, instant replay in high school football. So that puts more pressure on the officials, and we'll tell you all about that, which state it is. College football, some of the games over the weekend. Coming up this weekend, of course, Orange-White game in Knoxville. Alabama's got their spring practice wrap-up game. Georgia's got their spring practice wrap-up game. So it's all out there coming up again this coming Saturday, including the Orange-White game. Tennessee and East Tennessee State play baseball tonight here in Johnson City. We'll tell you all about that. So lots to cover on this show number 728. Tomorrow, we're going to be on the road. There's 2 places we got to nail down where we're going to be. We're going to be one of them tomorrow for sure. Thursday will be at Champion Chevrolet, and Friday will be at Food City on a Food City Friday on Clinchfield Street in downtown Kingsport. One of our great sponsors here at Food City. Of course, the other one of many, are the great folks at Sprint. We appreciate those folks very much. Live again on the road at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. We'll take a break, come right back, and we'll break it down, get into it. We'll start off with this particular break. We'll do it with take a little look at NASCAR. Yesterday the man did it. That would be Kyle Busch again. Win number 7 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Win number 21 of his career at Bristol Motor Speedway, and he's moving on up on the all-time wins list in NASCAR. I'll tell you all about that coming up next. Our first segment, the obvious, NASCAR, here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. your one-and-done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back with my buddy Phil, Phil's Dream Pit again, the quest for perfect barbecue. And tell us about, big guy, tell us about the dream packs at Phil's Dream Pit.
So we offer these dream packs that we offer them in equal numbers. So like 4, 8, 12, 20, 24. I mean, we can do them as much as 100 people or more. We've had them go out for 300 people. But the dream packs are, it comes with the pork, the sauce, the buns, and 3 sides. So you could do like beans, potato salad, and coleslaw. The price ends up costing you a little under $7 a person, which is an unbelievable value around here.
Well, obviously spring's right around the corner, and you're looking at people on the move, going to ball games and Little League games and just being on the move. So this is a great way to come in and get a dream pack. And or if you got an event in the backyard, a cookout, or whatever you got going on, this is a great way to feed the gang, right?
It is. And another benefit of it is sometimes people are having rehearsal dinners and they'll have volunteers from their church that will serve. So this is a very inexpensive way to hold your costs down for your rehearsal dinner or your wedding. We do offer full service catering. The price goes up a little bit to have our whole crew out there, but you could do the value packs too and have folks from church serve it and cost you under $7 a person.
Let's squeeze in too before I let him go. Meat by the pound. So again, another event coming up that you just want to come out here and buy this great meat by the pound. You do that as well.
I do. We offer the pulled chicken. We offer brisket by the pound, pork by the pound, chicken salad by the pound. The chicken salad, kind of give us a heads up if you're going to want 4 or 5 pounds of that, because we try not to make that much of it at once.
And all this on the website.
And philsdreampit.com.
Yep.
It has our catering menu. It also has our in-house menu and the value packs, and just an awesome deal.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, they're physically located right off Interstate 26, the Eastern Star exit. So Phil's Dream Pit, philsdreampit.com. The quest for perfect barbecue, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We're live again at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. Let's take a look at it yesterday. Kyle Busch did it again. Again, he's won back-to-back races of the Cup Series at Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, he swept the series, of course, last year, as you know, winning the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, Eric Amarola, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, and Ryan Newman are your top 10 from yesterday. A couple of notables in there. Alex Bowman, a great run. Also, Eric Amarola, again, for that Stewart-Haas Racing machine, the Smithfield Ford, again, the number 10 machine, finishing a very solid 6th place yesterday. Kevin Harvick had trouble, wrecked in qualifying, and never really got it dialed in like he wanted to. Obviously did. He started at the back of the field and finished a very strong 7th for Kevin Harvick yesterday, starting 39th on the back of the field on Sunday. Also, Jimmy Johnson had a pretty good run, all things considered. He started 17th in the field, and Jimmy Johnson again rocketed up to the 3rd spot. Also, you had Ricky Stenhouse Jr. had troubles in and out of the pits all day long, but again, muscled his way into a 4th place finish. Great run for the Roush Fenway Racing Sunny D machine, the Sunny D Ford of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Also, a couple of other guys led for the very first time ever. Bubba Wallace and STP machine. Bubba Wallace again at one point leading the race in that STP Chevrolet, finishing 16th after qualifying 20th, but led laps for the first time ever again at Bristol Motor Speedway, as did Daniel Suarez, young man who took the place of Matt Kenseth a year ago. Or check that. Was it Matt Kenseth? No, not Matt Kenseth. I can't keep up who all's moved around. Let's see here. Kenseth was replaced by Eric Jones. Just went brain dead. Anyway, Daniel Suarez, the number 19 machine for Joe Gibbs Racing, again got his first laps ever leading at Bristol Motor Speedway from the top of the pack, or the head of the pack yesterday. So again, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, Eric Amarola, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, and Ryan Newman are the top 10. Then you have Daniel Suarez, David Reagan, good run for David yesterday in a 38 machine, up around the top in the top 10 all day long. Paul Menard, a solid run for Menard and the Wood Brothers Menard's Turtle Wax machine for Paul Menard in that Ford. Denny Hamlin finishing 14th, Austin Dillon 15th, Bubba Wallace, as we said, 16th, A.J. Allmendinger 17th, William Byron 18th, 19th was Jamie McMurray, and rounding out the top 10, or top 20 was Landon Castle. Matt DiBenedetto finishing 21st yesterday, Kurt Busch 22nd, Brad Keselowski 23rd, Trevor Bayne 24th, Corey LaJoie came home 25th yesterday. Also for the NASCAR Food City 500, Eric Jones finishing 26th, DJ Kennington 27th, Ty Dillon 28th, Chase Elliott. Tough day yesterday for the Baja Blast Mountain Dew for Chase Elliott, finishing a very disappointing 29th, way off the grid, 20-plus laps off the lead lap for Chase Elliott. Martin Truex Jr., the defending champ of the series, finishing 30th, Greg Alding 31st, Reed Sorensen 32nd. You had Chad Fincham 33rd. Casey Kane had a good run early on, developed problems, and finished way back in the pack 34th. Ryan Blaney was that crash on Sunday, leading the race, got in lap traffic, finishing 35th. Chris Buescher 36th. Harrison Rhodes 37th. Michael McDowell 38th. And rounding out the field was the Ross Chastain Chevrolet, who logged only 3 laps before he crashed. He finished 39th on the grid. So moving into Richmond, the next stop coming up. Let's run down the points that we have them right now for the Monster Energies. They head off to Richmond International Raceway coming up for the Toyota Owners 400. Joey Logano, the defending champ of the race from a year ago. You have in that race, or I should say in the points, heading into that race, Kyle Busch, your leader, with 59 points, has widened the gap a bit. Joey Logano second. Kevin Harvick moves up to third in points. Clint Boyer fourth. Brad Keselowski fifth. Ryan Blaney sixth. You have Martin Truex Jr. seventh. Denny Hamlin eighth. Kyle Larson ninth. And rounding out the top 10 in the points, Kurt Busch, 124 points off the leader. Again, Brad Keselowski picking up 2 big playoff points yesterday by winning stage 1 and 2, but again finished distance in the field. But again, you have Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Kurt Busch are top 10 in points as they head off to Richmond. A year ago, Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski, the Penske team, goes 1 and 2 in that race a year ago. And so, again, Matt Kenseth, who's now, of course, not in the series, set on the pole. But again, it was Joey Logano winning it a year ago, so they'll go back and do it Saturday night in Richmond, Virginia. Denny Hamlin says if NASCAR continues to require teams to use standardized pit guns, it's going to cost somebody a race or championship at the end of the year. We talked about that yesterday on the PA at Bristol Motor Speedway. Hamlin, the latest driver to express his frustration with the pit guns all the teams are required to use after suffering a loose wheel, had to pit from the lead on lap 266. Never got back into the groove, finished 14th, 1 lap down. Hamlin upset with the inconsistency of the pit gun, an issue others have expressed this season. Hamlin said the team's pit gun was at 12,000 RPMs on one stop, then dropped down to 8,000 RPMs on the stop where he had a loose wheel. Less RPMs can make it more likely that not all the lug nuts are tight. It resulted in a loose wheel and had to come back in. NASCAR spokesperson said the sanctioning body had no comment. Car owner Joe Gibbs wasn't quite ready to offer to build pit guns for every team, but shared Hamlin's concerns what has taken place on pit road. Gibbs says we had 2 loose wheels today that put us down multiple laps, referring to Hamlin and Eric Jones. For our sponsors and everybody else, I'm calling to try to explain, and it's hard to explain to our sponsors when you call Monday and say we're spending millions of dollars on these cars and it's down to a $250 or whatever it is, $400 pit gun. We all work together. Our teams, NASCAR's been very good about working with us, and we come up with a problem. We've been good at working hard to solve it. Joe Gibbs says, I think we have a number of meetings this week with NASCAR. I think we'll be working on this and hopefully work towards a solution. I think it would be hard for us to build the guns for everybody. That would be tough, but I think we need to come up with a solution for sure. So the pit guns, the latest problem with NASCAR, and we talked about this again yesterday during the broadcast on the PA, that is very much an issue. So Denny Hamlin may have cost him a win because he was leading at that point. On lap 266, had to go in, finished 14th, 1 lap down, and never did bounce back. So there is cause for concern. As far as all-time wins, it goes like this. Kyle Busch now, with his 45th career win, moves up the all-time wins list. Now he's in solid 16th place. He has passed Bill Elliott, the all-time wins list. So up next with 46 is Hall of Famer Buck Baker. Then a little bit farther up is Herb Thomas with 48, Tony Stewart with 49, Junior Johnson with 50. All those guys in the crosshairs of Kyle Busch as he picks up his 45th win. He's now 16th in the all-time wins list in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series wins. So big win yesterday for Kyle Busch. The domination continues. His 7th win again in the Cup Series, his 21st win overall at Bristol Motor Speedway. It is certainly becoming the Kyle Busch track, and he knows that, and quite frankly, the other drivers know that as well. So that's the wrap on that particular series as they all move in, as we said, into Richmond next week. And this week, I should say, on Saturday night, the Xfinity Series from a year ago was won by Kyle Larson. Daniel Hemrick sat on the pole in the Xfinity Series, and Kyle Larson won that one. That, too, is a Toyota-based event. The Toyota Owners 400 for the Cup Series and the Toyota Care 250 for the Xfinity Series. So that's what's going on there. Coming up, as we said, this weekend at Richmond International Raceway. Tom Tobin Sports Show, show number 728. We thank you for being with us here as we work our way through this this Tuesday, April the 17th. I'm all out of sorts. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back and we'll jump in and take a look at some college basketball and college football. At the bottom of the hour, we're going to be joined by Ryan Presnell, the head baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. See what's going on with Cyclone baseball. We do have a game tonight against Sullivan South, so we'll see how all that goes. We'll talk to him coming up in just a few minutes here on show 728. We are live again at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. 913-3111 Cynthia or Blaine are the folks who answer the call. When you call in, you find out anything you need to know about your vehicle, having it serviced here at American and Import Auto Repair, West Market Street in Johnson City. At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Welcome to the Mini Morning News Show, where we are so excited about Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis for breakfast that we've minified the news.
In real estate news, tiny homes for those who like everything within arm's reach.
In culinary news, micro food, because, small plates.
In entertainment news, this year it's all about the mini-series.
In pop culture news, mini everything.
Because, aw. All right, thanks for listening. Now go put some mini in your morning with the chicken you love for breakfast. Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis until 10:30 a.m.
And we're back live on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We're here on this Tuesday, April the 17th, show number 728. Here it is. Here's what you want to look at for Mother's Day, Father's Day, anytime. It's the Super Saver Maintenance Club. Again, $519 value for only $99. Again, that is available here again at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. 4 oil changes and a couple of tire rotations. You get a couple of those, you've already paid for. It's a great value. Also, you got the transmission service, $15 off of a transmission service. Also, $15 off a BG fuel induction cleaning service. You got a free $59 alignment. Once you get that, that's pretty much paid for it. So it's all good. It's all available here again at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. That is located here. We are the home of Cynthia and Blaine. 913-3111 is the number to call. Hello to Bradley Purdy out in Texas. Hello, my friend Kathy Arnold in Kingsport. Hello to you. Hello to Chad Fletcher. Hello to Betty Perry. Let's see. Darius Hensley watching with me. Hello, my good friend Darius. And, the Queen's watching too. So, hello to Don Lambert. So, anyway, we are here live at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. College football wrapping up this week. A lot of practice games coming up, and I wanted to run those down for you. And it's an extensive list. We won't hit all of them, but these are some of the schools wrapping up spring football practice, their annual inter-squad game. Nebraska, Notre Dame, Baylor, Alabama, Ohio University, Tennessee, of course, coming up at 2 o'clock on Saturday at Neyland Stadium, UCLA, Penn State, Georgia, Mississippi State, Oregon, LSU, Texas, Southern Miss, some of the folks, again, wrapping up their spring football practice this coming week. And again, the Tennessee Orange-White game at 10 o'clock on Saturday at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. Again, Alabama's going to take care of theirs this week. As we said, Penn State, UCLA, Georgia. Then they put them all in the summer workout programs, and they'll come back. This is the last tune-up, of course, before we get ready, for fall practice and get ready for the 2018 college football season. Again, this Super Saver Maintenance Club is good for anybody and any car. What's cool about this, it can be used by multiple vehicles in your family. That's what's, I think, is the really cool part about all this. Again, use as many coupons at a time as you can. It expires 14 months from the date of purchase. If you buy it, April 2018, it goes to it'll go to June of 2019. 14 months from date of purchase. So June of next year is how good this is good for and how long it lasts. Again, it is good. It says can be shared with multiple vehicles in your family. Again, you have 4 free oil changes. 2 of those come with a tire rotation. You have $30 off any invoice over $300. You have a $15 off a single invoice over $150. You have a $59 free alignment, which is good anywhere as far not anywhere, but on any vehicle, free alignment. Also free tire repair, puncture, or bead sealing service. Again, free 4 oil changes. It's a $519 value, and it's costing you only $99. So if you went out and paid for all this, it's $519, but again, it's a $99 value, again, as we said, here at American and Import Auto Repair, West Market Street in Johnson City, between Johnson City and Jonesboro, and it is a very, very, very good saver club. I know a lot of folks come here and buy at Christmas time for stocking stuffers. As we said, coming up next is Mother's Day, Father's Day as well, but Mom for Mother's Day. If she's a widow or she's not a widow, this is a great gift-giving idea for Mom, a very practical gift for $100, $99. You can take care of her car for the next 14 months. We'll get you to June of 2019. And again, if there's multiple vehicles involved, it can be used on those as well. And not just for moms, for anybody. High school graduate, college graduate coming up, for any reason, really, just because it's a good value. You can get this again here at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program here in Johnson City. Tom Taylor Sports Show, again, the verse of the day to get us started. I didn't get it started on the verse of the day. We always dedicate our show to the man hung on the cross. We unashamedly do that. Psalms 139:14-18 says, "You are my wonderful work. Don't ever forget that. You were not hidden from me, for I created you. I've ordained all your days. They were written in my book before the beginning of time. My thoughts are precious to you. They are more than all the grains of sand." So what that says in a literal sense, April the 17th, 2018, he knew I would be sitting here with this hat on at American and Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, getting ready to talk to my buddy here we met just the other day. We've got also the baseball coach coming up a little bit later on from Elizabeth, and he knew all that before I ever came out of my mama's belly. That's what this says. That's how I take it. For I created you, I've ordained all your days. They were written in my book before the beginning of time. That's how I take it, and I take it in literal. So that's the God we serve. And so that's the verse of the day, Psalms 139:14-18. Got a special guest. If you are interested in totally off the line of sports, but he's going to be a guest nonetheless. If your health insurance is not what you want it to be, I guess that'd be a good way to tease you. You want to listen to this gentleman coming up next, because there's a new concept out there, for lack of a better term, that he's going to tell you about for a few minutes. And then we're going to talk to Ryan Preswell, the baseball coach from the Elizabethton Cyclones. In fact, we better talk to him first. He's in class and he's waiting on us. So then we'll talk to Jim, we promise. So interesting concept. Interested for you to hear about it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Again, be sure to like and share the show. It's show number 728. We're live at American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after you hear this here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop. So it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad-spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present.
Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
All right, the Tom Baylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Let's go to the phones there. Ryan Presnell, the head baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. We'll have him this afternoon. Good morning, my good friend. How are you? Almost said good afternoon.
Good. Well, I'm warming up, Tom. How about you?
Yeah. If I say at any point in this conversation it's Bristol, baby, you understand why. It's been 4 days of saying it, so kind of punch drunk this morning.
Bristol, they deal the same thing that we deal with, so I know that being at Bristol this weekend was a lot like a baseball season, so you never know what it's going to be.
No, you're exactly right. So don't be surprised if I somewhere inadvertently say it's Bristol, baby, or the world's last great Coliseum. But we're ready for baseball. Let's run down the conference standings. Unicoi County at 7-1, East at 8-2, the Elizabethton Cyclones at 5-3. There's your top three. South at 4-4. That's your opponent today. Central 4-6. Happy Valley and Johnson County both at 1-7. So kind of give us a tale of the tape of the conference race so far here for the Three Rivers Conference in baseball.
Well, it's a hot mess. That's for sure, buddy. And we've not performed up to par to be at the top of a good list of teams so far. So we're going to keep on trying to get better before that conference tournament, because I can tell you this, it's going to be a dandy. That's for sure. Anybody can beat anybody, and it's been that way for 3 or 4 years running. You know, there's really no clear front runner, and there's not a whole lot of separation between the front and the middle. So it's going to be a tough one. You know, we've got 4 games left against 2 quality opponents, and we've got to do the best we can to ensure. We'd love to get that 1 or 2 seed. We've made that kind of tough on ourselves, but it's still there. So if we win out, then we're guaranteed a 1 or 2 seed. So that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're going to go for.
And you're playing the upper echelon of the conference now too, which makes it even tougher and more of a challenge, but it makes it more exciting as well. South at 4-4 will be the opponent today. Right around 6:30, he's telling us going to move it up just a smidgen to accommodate the cooler temperatures tonight, or get out of the cooler temperatures. Unicoi County, of course, 7-1, East at 8-2, Elizabethton 5-3, South at 4-4. So what's been the key so far? You've had 2 6-game winning streaks so far this season. What's been the key for that kind of consistency for the Cyclones?
Just solid defense. You know, pitching and hitting kind of come and go, depending on who's on the bump for either team that day. And defense is something you can always count on. And the times that we've experienced a little bump in the road, it's generally been because of defense. So, you know, you go from field to field, conditions to conditions. You've got to, if you can put up an error or less, you know, typically you're going to win a baseball game in high school. And so, you know, I was watching some MLB last night, same story up there as well. You know, guys got to play defense, and when you get to this point of the year, that defensive margin is very, very thin because everybody's starting to come around. And so that's something we always take pride in, is we've got to play that defense. So that's going to be the same today, because I guarantee you both teams are going to hit it today. South and Elizabeth always do. So you got to play defense today, Tom.
Absolutely. The other games on the schedule today scheduled to be in the conference: Unicoi County at Sullivan Central and Johnson County at Happy Valley. I want to ask you this, same thing I asked the drivers up there over the weekend. You know, the adrenaline rush, you get ready to go, you get out in the car, you get in there 4, 5, 10, 8 laps, rain comes, or you get racing, got to stop, come off the track. How tough is it weather-wise to get your kids ready to go and get fired up, and you got to stop, or you got to postpone the game to another day because of weather? And I know it's part of it. You and I deal with it every year, but these kids come through for 2 or 3 years and then they graduate. So how tough is it for these kids to keep them, keep them maintained when you have the starts and stops in baseball with weather?
Well, it's just something we talk about all off season. It's something we prepare for during the preseason because a lot of the practices are the same way. It's a mindset. It doesn't. For us, the way we prepare for it is we just tell the kids it doesn't matter who we're playing, where we're playing, or when we're playing. We're playing the game. We compete against the game, and I know a lot of drivers do that. They see themselves as competing against the track, not necessarily other drivers. They're trying to hit points and hit lines and do all those things. We try to teach the same thing: is just play the game of baseball. If we just put imaginary defenders out there and you hit balls in the gap, it doesn't matter who you're playing; you're going to win. If we hit ground balls with fungos, if you're fielding those, then you should be fielding them off the bat in the game. So, just teaching them that flexibility, and it really becomes very valuable come tournament time because you just don't know what you're going to get. And so, even though the weather is bad in March and April, it's bad the 1st of May too. You never know how much it's going to rain or how long it's going to rain. The tournament last year was the same way. So your kids got to be prepared to do anything at any time, and to have lots of good approaches. We need to be able to squeak out 1 run when we need to. We need to be able to squeak out 10 runs if we need to. But just that flexibility is very much a mindset.
Last question before I let you go. Kids are swinging the stick good right now for Elizabeth, and who's hitting the ball like you want them
to? Top of the lineup, 1 through 5 and 6 is just doing really good. Corey Russell's really been a big anchor in there. Ryan Wetzel in the 2-hole. What we've got to do is get that 7 through 9 going. I think if we can get 7 through 9 going, it's really going to change our baseball club. And so we're going to put a lot of emphasis on those guys today. I'm going to give them some goals that they need to accomplish. And if they accomplish their goals, I think we'll win. But, you won't hear a lot of coaches talk about their 7 through 9, but if you want to be the complete package, everybody's got to hit, and everybody's got to account for something somewhere.
There you go. Again, start time at this point was at 7 o'clock. Where are we now? Still at 7? You're going to move it up a little bit?
Probably be looking at 6:30 just to try to get everything in before the sun gets way down, because once it does, it's going to get pretty cold down there by the river. So probably move up around 6:30.
See about 6:15. Well, Cyclone Pride will get on with it against the South Rebels. I'll talk to you then, all right?
Thanks, Tom.
Cyclone Pride, again, head coach Ryan Fresno, again, the Elizabethton Cyclones, and we'll be there again. You heard him at 6:30. We're going there at 6:15 with the pitch tonight. The Cyclones and the Sullivan South Rebels again. Big conference matchup in the Three Rivers Conference, so we'll get with it right around 6:15. First pitch at 6:30 tonight. We'll bundle up. It'll be a little cool down on the river. I said it'll be long handle weather tonight, so and that's all right. That's part of it. It is dogwood winter. People laugh. There's 3. I'm going to go country on you here real quick. I am country. In fact, up there, the boys at the track star call me Big Country. I like that. So, anyway, there's 3 winners. We've had Redbud. This is dogwood. I went to the track on Friday for the weekend. Dogwood hadn't bloomed out. Came home yesterday. Dogwood's bloomed out. Dogwood tree. It's dogwood winter. Now we'll come back in the early part of May, usually between the 10th and the 15th. There'll be another 2-day cool snap. That's for blackberry winter because the blackberries have to have that cold weather for the berries to set on the canes, blackberry canes. So there's your farming lesson. We've had redbud in April, first part of April, dogwood winter just now, and then again, as we said, blackberry winter in early May. We are going to talk to my man Jim Montag. Direct Healthcare, brand new concept. I think it's a new concept, new to me, and we're going to find out what this is all about. He's going to join us coming up next year as we're live at American and Import Auto Repair. Blaine's going to join us. Cynthia's going to join us. Tim's going to join us. We're going to be here, get these folks on camera, and let them tell you all about the great things going on here at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this. We're live here again at American Import Auto Repair on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the parts. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Welcome to the Mini Morning News Show, where we are so excited about Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis for breakfast that we've minified the news.
In real estate news, tiny homes for those who like everything within arm's reach.
In culinary news, micro food, because, small plates.
In entertainment news, this year it's all about the mini-series.
In pop culture news, mini everything.
Because, aw. All right, thanks for listening. Now go put some mini in your morning with the chicken you love for breakfast. Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis until 10:30 a.m.
Everybody with the Tom Taylor Sports Show, thanks for being with us. We are live here again at American and Import Auto Repair. Blaine said he is going to talk before he goes to lunch. Isn't that nice? He is so nice to do that. Not that he has a choice, but anyway, so he's going to be with us coming up here in just a few minutes. And there he is. I want to get him on screen, and let's do that right here. This is Jim Montag. Good afternoon, my friend, from Direct Healthcare. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Again, our camera just a little lagging, but the audio is loud and clear. So Direct Healthcare, healthcare, not health insurance. This is a new concept. The website is dhcplan.com. So tell us again about what Direct Healthcare is all about.
Well, it's a business to business to allow employers to provide health care for their employees. When I was talked into opening a medical practice in Jonesboro 9 years ago, several business leaders were the ones that talked me into it. They wanted their employees to be able to get health care locally and not have to go all the way to Johnson City or to Greenville for care. Opened the practice, expanded it. Unfortunately, now employers can't provide health care for their employees. It's just between Obamacare and the run-up on the costs for everyday business as well as the economy, the same employers came back to me and asked me to come up with a new plan to be able to provide health care. So we did, with helping from an organization called Atlas MD, a group of doctors up in Kansas City who started direct primary care model, where it cuts out the insurance. You're providing health care again. You're not asking for permission. You're able to provide health care at an affordable cost because you're not having to inflate pay for some things because other people can't pay. Or you have to bill at a high rate in order to make a minimum amount of money, as in the Medicare model. So with the help of them, we sat down, started to put a business plan together. I kept shelving it for over 2 years. Businesses wanted me to do it. I kept thinking that the next Congress was going to fix Obamacare, then the next Senate was, then the president was, and nothing was going to get done. When I had our two local or state senators tell me that it's too complicated and it's not going to happen, then I pulled it off the shelf and opened it up. So what we do is we allow employers to provide health care for $50 a month for their employees. And with that, they can have up to 2 office visits that are no additional cost. Anything we can do in the office is included. Strep test, urinalysis for like urinary tract infections, pain shots, steroid shots, antibiotic shots. Those are all included because what we figured is what's the real cost for these items and rolled it into this model. Now, if they get seen more than 3 times or 2 times, then it's $50 for each additional visit. And that's to cut out the worry well or the hypochondriacs that want to come in every day with a new problem. It kind of displaces that process to it. Before Obamacare, I had a fully operational X-ray and lab because we were working as both an urgent care and family practice. Obamacare forced the insurance companies to identify, are you an urgent care or a family practice? So we at the time had almost 4,000 patients, so we said we're a family practice. Well, a year later they told us they're not going to pay us to use our X-ray or our lab. We have to send it to the big box labs or big box X-rays because that's who they've contracted with under Obamacare rules. So we shelved that equipment. Well, last year I dusted it back off, recertified everything, and started it back up. We can do X-rays for our members starting at $25. So a 2-view chest film, like now with all the flu and pneumonias going around, a 2-view chest film at the big healthcare system now in this area is $150. No matter if you have insurance or not, they're going to bill $150. We can do that same X-ray for $35 because we cut out all the middlemen and all the extra costs that aren't needed in order to do it. Our labs are 10% of what the best price you can get through your insurance. So what we try to explain to people is that health insurance is not being used the way it was designed. You have to look at health insurance like car insurance. Your car insurance doesn't put gas in the tank, doesn't put tires on it or windshield wiper blades. If the car gets stolen, catches on fire, someone crashes it, that's what it covers. So you have to use your health care the same way. Your health care should be for your catastrophic process. So when you have a heart attack or a stroke, or you need emergency surgery, or you've broken your leg and you need an implant put in, that's what the insurance is for. And so what we want to try and re-educate people is to take and get a catastrophic health insurance. Now that the Trump administration's cut out the mandatory requirement for insurance, go get that high deductible catastrophic plan and then let us take care of your healthcare needs, your diabetes, your high blood pressure, your cholesterol, your allergy shots. Let us take care of that and do it more efficiently. The other thing that this allows us to do, what regular insurance doesn't, it allows us to use 21st century technology. Just like you sitting in this repair facility, being able to broadcast live, what we're able to do is you can text your provider. You can text me and say, Jim, I've got a cold, or I've got this. 90% of medicine just needs a simple answer. It doesn't need to go all the way in to find out what's wrong. So we are able to, using a VPN technology, where it's a virtual private network, you can text, email, and even do video conferencing. So instead of having to go to that urgent care in the middle of the night, if it's something that needs sewn back up, you call us and then we meet you at the office. Or on certain plans, we actually come to your house. We make house calls still with certain plans. And so, or office calls. I come up and see patients. American Imports was my first business in this plan. They were the ones making me drive this process. So they provide health insurance for all their employees. So if I'm in the area, I just stop in and see them here rather than them having to come down and see me at the office, just for convenience sake. So it gets back to the old-fashioned medicine.
The website is dhcplan.com. You can check it out for yourself. Again, capital D, capital H for direct health care, dhcplan.com. You are signing up folks now, and so the cost is, what'd you say, $50 a month?
It's $50 a month for employees. They can add on their spouses, and that's on a graduated scale on age. Kids 20 and under are $20 a month. Face it, you're going to see kids 3 times more than you're going to see the adults. And on kids, we can do everything except for the vaccines. That's the only thing, because the government mandates the vaccine systems. So we have ways around it, and there's certain vaccines we can take care of, but for some of them, we have other alternatives for them to be able to get them.
So if you have health insurance, this would be kind of a compliment because this is health care.
Correct. So again, people who have high deductibles, say you have a $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, like me, $11,000 deductible. You use this for everything else. And so one office visit and one set of labs is what it would cost you for a whole year's worth of health care. So instead of using your health insurance, which you have to pay 100% of that until you hit that deductible, you would only pay, you would pay your monthly access. If you need labs, again, most labs we can do for about 10% of what it would cost through any insurance company. So a lot of patients have saved up to $3,000 just in the first 3 or 4 months in lab costs alone for doing routine labs for diabetes or testosterone or cholesterol or high blood pressure. And so we're able to minimize those costs. So trying to educate employers that by providing this, they're going to have less missing time, because we have hours in the evenings, we have hours on the weekends, or even hours before they open. So they could be seen around their work schedule or even on their lunch schedule. Tim's had his guys pop down at lunch and they're back before their lunch hour is over and they haven't missed any work. And everybody's happy. They're able to make money, and we're able to take care of their health care moving forward. But it brings the old-fashioned health care back into the 21st century. And I'm from the wrong era. I think I belong in the buggy, change the chickens for your health care, or have someone cut your grass or brush hog your field for you. And in health insurance, you can't do that. It's illegal. But under this model, it's up to the business how I want to do the contract for the health care. And so it's an interesting process. And the other thing is businesses can make up their minds how they do it. Tim pays for his employees, and then they pay for he does payroll deduction for their spouses and their kids. I have another business where they just provide it as a service to their employees. If they want to do it, they take payroll deduction, the $50 a month out of their paycheck, and cover it. And then I've got a third business, Archer Brothers, and he does half and half. He pays 25% of each employee, and they pay 25% because he wants them to have to buy into their health care, to be a partner in their health care. And so it gets better care, because then you're also not rushing around, oh Lord, I got to go get my blood test today, or oh Lord, I've got to go be seen today. This way we can do a lot of it through technology and not have to do it. Or if they need blood work, I just do the test I need. I don't do the whole panel that the insurance company is mandating, because they have to collect the data to return it to the government to prove that this is being done right. So it's just getting back to old-fashioned health care.
Direct Healthcare is the name of it. Yes, we are a sports show, but I thought this would be cool for Jim to come by and introduce himself, and we're going to have him on again. So Direct Healthcare, not health insurance. If you want more information, he is a physician assistant certified, by the way. If you want more information, you can go to DHC, all caps, Direct Healthcare, DHCplan.com to check out more. So we think this is a really cool thing. And what do you want to leave us with?
Well, wish everyone the best of health, and more importantly is the old adage, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So get in and fix problems before they become long-term disabilities.
We have a breaking announcement coming from Bristol Motor Speedway. Jim Montag in with us. Again, oh gosh, I didn't even have him up on the screen. My apology. Let's get him up on the screen right there. Boom. Jim Montag with Direct Healthcare. I was rolling and trying to do 50 things at once here, so we are getting ready to give you a big announcement. We just rolled off this breaking news from Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll tell you about that coming up here in just a second. Jim Montag, Direct Healthcare EC, and again, the website is capital D, capital H, capital C.com. I'm sorry, DHCplan.com. Direct Healthcare, not health insurance. So very good. Great report.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
We're going to get you back on, so we're going to do that very soon. This is good. So if you're self-employed, if you have a company, again, this is not health care, or rather it's health care, not health insurance. It complements what you're currently using. And he sat down and explained to me last week, and kind of the Reader's Digest version works. And so I'm going to look at it myself very strong to see how it's going to fit for me, being self-employed as a one-man machine here. Maybe not a one-man machine, one-man horse. I don't know if I'm a machine. Let's go back and retract that, say a one-man horse. Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got that breaking announcement. We got Blaine going to join us too. Big news from Bristol Motor Speedway concerning the fall race. We'll tell you about that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Welcome to the Mini Morning News Show, where we are so excited about Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis for breakfast that we've minified the news.
In real estate news, tiny homes for those who like everything within arm's reach.
In culinary news, micro food, because, small plates.
In entertainment news, this year it's all about the mini-series.
In pop culture news, mini everything.
Because, aw. All right, thanks for listening. Now go put some mini in your morning with the chicken you love for breakfast. Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis until 10:30 a.m.
Michael, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here again at American Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. Again, we are here on this Tuesday, and let's get back up on camera and let you see and hear the big news coming out of Bristol Motor Speedway. Here's breaking news here. This is a schedule change of sorts. I think it's going to be great. August Wednesday doubleheader on the truck race, and the Wheeling Modified will be moved now. It has been moved to Thursday, so you got 3 straight nights of racing, which is the way it should be. It's the way it is now. And so the fall race, I guess they'll rearrange the Food City Family Race Night. But the fall race will be, again, the doubleheader will be the UNO H200 and the Wheeling Modified race. This one totally blank who the sponsor is going to be for the Wheeling Modified Series race. But again, breaking news: the August Wednesday doubleheader will be moved to Thursday, so you're going to have the truck race and the modified on Thursday now. Friday night will be the Food City 300, and Saturday will be the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. So that is breaking news. You're hearing it right here. That is a very breaking news, like about 10 minutes ago. And so Bristol's moving the truck race and the Wheeling Modified race to Thursday night beginning this year. So Thursday night will be a doubleheader, Friday night the Food City 300, and then Saturday will be the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. Blaine, come on over, young man. Slide in the hot seat. because he wants to go to lunch, and I understand that. You'd think he'd take me to lunch, but he hadn't brought said anything about that. So we're live here again at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program, again on this Tuesday. Elizabethton Cyclone baseball coming up at 6:30 tonight, right here against the Solemn South Rebels. And so let's pop you up on the air, and boom! I'm not Blaine, but we're fixing to get Blaine up here on the screen, and let's do that. And Shazam! There he is, my buddy Blaine. How you doing, Bubba?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. So, see, it's a little clunky, and I don't know why, but it's not. It's just kind of
a little choppy.
I don't know why that would be. So,
oh, sure.
No, but you're here. The audio's loud and clear. So, let's roll with this puppy and tell us. Talk about this. The Super Saver Maintenance Club. Tell me about that, would you please?
All right, Super Saver. It's a really great deal. It's something we offer for both synthetic and standard oil changes. There's a little bit of price difference, but this one right here is our standard oil change. It comes with 4 free oil changes, 2 with rotates, for basically $100 plus tax. Now, if you kind of break that down, 3 oil changes by themselves are a little over $100. So on the card, it's pretty much buy 3, get 1 free for oil changes, plus 2 free rotations. The other thing that we offer on there is a $59 basic alignment. So, you know, if you use all the oil changes and then you need alignment, it's like you got a free alignment on it. So, I mean, you can't beat it. It's got, you know, buy 1, get 1 wipers. If you do have to have a more expeditious repair, you know, you've got like $30 off of a $300 invoice. So, I mean, there's more than one, you know, value on it for sure. They're good. This one right here is good for 13 months. The great thing that I like to tell people too is that if you own 4 vehicles, guess what? You can use it on all 4 vehicles. You don't have to buy 1 for each car. You just buy 1 card and use it for all your cars.
So you're talking about now, April, it's good till May of 2019.
That's correct.
Yep.
And usually, you know, you come in and it's a little bit overdue or something like that, well, we're going to take care of you.
Mm-hmm. I know that we push a lot of them at Christmas for stocking stuffers, but again, the next holiday coming up would be Mother's Day. And if you have a mom out there that's either, you know, single, a widow, even she's married, and you know, and her and hubby, or her and dad, whomever, this is very practical because it can be used on multiple vehicles.
That's correct.
You move a lot of these on Mother's Day for $99. You can't beat it.
No, you can't. Not at all.
So you look across, here it is, mid-April. Today's tax day, April the 17th. So
yep.
What are some of the problems you've been helping folks out with here in the month of April? What's coming in?
Well, we're getting ready to hit the AC pretty hard because you know we had a little bit of warm spell. It was amazed that we saw quite a few people come in just for the warm spell, but now you know I'm pretty sure I think that was probably our good last little bit of winter there. You're going to start to see the warm weather coming, and along with that, getting your AC taken care of and keep it good for the summer.
Yep. Batteries. I know we talk about batteries a lot. Has that been a problem here in the spring? Folks coming and getting the batteries swapped out?
You don't see as much sometimes with spring, but batteries you do see a lot. You know, some people think it's only when it's cold and wintry, or some people know it's summer, it's hot. It's both actually. The heat can kill your battery just as fast as it being cold.
We're talking to Blaine Turner, still on the screen from American and Import Auto Repair, again home of the free loaner car program. Talk about the ASC Blue Seals of Excellence. You got 3 ASC Master Techs on board. Some have none. Some have 1. I don't know anybody else has 3. You have 3, and you also have the Blue Seal of Excellence. What does that mean?
Blue Seal means that in all the fields of ASC, you know, classes and knowing what's going on, we cover, you know, up in the higher percentage, like 80% of all the fields. So everything from diesels to specialized electronics and everything like that. We have technicians that can cover pretty much any kind of issue that you possibly could have.
Oil changes.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've talked about this before I've been down here, which I didn't know till you told me that it actually becomes a coolant for the engine, but the importance of driving around with clean oil in your machine.
With today's vehicles, it's highly important. It's highly important to make sure you're putting the right viscosity and everything in it. The days of, unfortunately, you know, putting 2050 in everything are gone. I mean, we have vehicles that are domestic vehicles that call for 0-20 weight. So, I mean, you know, their whole job is to disperse the heat. I mean, that's, like we said, I mean, yes, oil is to lubricate and you know, help for friction, but it is also to pull all that heat, you know, from, you know, combustion and everything like that away from it. That's why you have oil coolers and everything like that to cool the oil. And you know, and the thinner the oil you go, the faster it has to be cooled. It's, you know, it's not as thick. So
good stuff. I learned something every time I get around the guy, so he knows what's going on. If you see there's no notes, it's all coming out of head knowledge, so the guy knows what he's talking about. How long have you been working down here, by the way?
Probably around 9 years, I think.
9 years, yep. And your official title now is?
Manager.
You are the manager. He be the daddy rabbit. And he's got Cynthia up front doing a great job. So, yes, sir. Jim Montag came by, did a great job. Liked what he had to say about the direct health care. We're talking to my man Blaine. So, what about that 18 winning yesterday at Bristol Motor Speedway?
You know, I didn't get to follow it this much year. It's been a little bit busier year, so I'm not up to date on races. But I heard it was great. I had a couple friends that went and said there was a lot of bump and grind going on.
Mm-hmm. Old Kyle Busch put that bump and run, knocked old Larson out of the way to win the race.
Yep, that's what I heard. I heard he pulled an Earnhardt.
He did pull an Earnhardt. That's exactly what that was. It was an Earnhardt move.
Yep.
And so his 7th win in the Cup Series, and again at Bristol, 21 overall. The guy's now 15th all-time, 16th all-time wins with 45 under his belt. So Bristol's become the Busch track now.
He's a driver. I give him that. He can drive a car.
And if you just missed it earlier, we just told you the breaking news. Bristol has moved the Wednesday night doubleheader to Thursday in August, so you now have 3 straight nights of racing. You've got the doubleheader, the Whelen Modified, and the UNOH 200 Truck Series coming in, the Camping World Truck Series on Thursday now. Friday night will be the Food City 300, and then Saturday the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. And again, I'm proud of the fact that they did not succumb to political pressure, and they said we're going to keep the race, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race, and I think I like that. So that's just me talking. But anyway, they are coming back, but now they triple header, 3 straight nights of racing, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Bristol Motor Speedway, which I think is going to be very exciting. And we'll tell you how you can get tickets starting tomorrow. We'll start promoting how you can get tickets. Also next month, U.S. Short Track Nationals. They had 400 vehicles up there in May 18th, 19th, and 20th a year ago. So I'll be coming up next month. The drags are up there in June, so we're going to be having tickets to give away to those events, and it's going to be neat. So anyway, we are talking to my man Blaine Turner. He said getting ready to go to lunch. So again, from the headlights to your rear end, where your car's best friend is the slogan, and there's really nothing. Is there anything on the car you guys can't do? I know you go as far as to replace an engine if you have to.
I mean, there are a few things that we don't specialize in. Say like sunroof stuff. That's a little bit different monster of its own. But you know, on that side note, I will tell you, if you do have sunroof, it is important to make sure you're maintaining the sunroof, and people don't realize that. But when I say maintaining, I'm not just saying like lubricating and all that, but your sunroof actually has drains built into it. It's important to make sure that those stay clear, because that's where you can end up a lot of problems with leaks coming in through the sunroof. That little rubber gasket around the basically the hatch there does not keep water out. There's actual lip in there, and there are drains that drain the water out of that. So you know, if you do have a sunroof, and that also goes for convertibles too. You wouldn't think that, but convertible tops usually have drains specifically made. So those are important things to have taken care of that will save you money down the road.
You hungry?
I'm all right.
Yeah. You ready to roll?
Whatever.
Yeah. This guy does a great job. Love having him on. So you want to talk about your Orioles, or you want to leave that alone?
Well, you know, I love them. I didn't say that we're amazing. You know, I think we're 5-11 or something like that. I mean, I'm blown away. The Red Sox seem to be kicking it. I think they're 13-2.
Yeah.
I think they're up there. They're kicking it, and the Angels are up. The Angels are up there too. They're two of the top dogs that only have like, I think the Angels only have like 3 losses, like 14 wins or something like that.
13-3. Yep.
Yeah. I knew they were up there too. So. You know, that looks like they're poking their head out to have a good year there.
Mets are 13-3.
I'll at least say that we're above the Rays. I mean, the Rays. I feel sorry for those guys. They're down there.
So are the Reds.
Yeah.
The Reds. They won last night. They're now what was it? 2-14.
Yep.
3-13. Worst record in the big leagues.
Yep. Yeah.
Already 8 games out of first place. So. If you want good tickets to go watch a baseball team this year,
you
can get them in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody there.
There you go. You just wait till your team comes to town.
I'm telling you, I think they're averaging. I read they're averaging like 16,000 a game in a 43,000 seat stadium. So
that hurts.
No, it's hurt on the old pocketbook. So you'll get some lunch.
All right, appreciate it.
Good job. Yep. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here at American and Import Auto Repair. There's the manager, Blaine Turner, does a phenomenal job, and we'll be right back after this. Here again on show number 728 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Massive inventory, huge savings for our February model year closeout sale at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. 17 Silverado 1500 crew and double cabs, $12,000 off MSRP. 17 Corvettes, 20% off MSRP. 18 Equinox, $4,000 off MSRP. 17 Traverse, $6,000 off MSRP. 17 Spark, $10,995. Take advantage of these great savings while they last. Champion also offers Saturday parts and service hours and online shopping 24/7. Champion Chevrolet, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
Max Medicine Mart doesn't want you to save one day. They want you to save every day with a Good Food Grocery loyalty card. Good Food Grocery, the store within a store at Max Medicine Mart. When you spend $50 or more, you receive one punch on your loyalty card. 5 punches, you get 20% off your total purchases. And when you get 10... Get Tim. No, he's on 3. Nope. He's on 2. He's on 2. Okay. Let's go to 2 and blow out Tim.
Sorry about that.
And put in Kim. Okay, make sure it's centered up. Lordy, lordy, lordy. I think in the fall I'm going to take the day off after. It's like,
what's that?
And we're back live again on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. We are here again with our buddy Kim Smith, obviously co-owner of American Import and Auto Repair. I was going to say good morning. I would assume it's after it is. It's afternoon. Oh, good morning. Now it's good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
good.
Thanks.
Yes, I thank her for coming by here and sitting down visiting with us for a few minutes. And tell us what's going on. Again, you and Tim, co-owners, very proud of the establishment. And let's talk about Federated Auto Parts.
Okay.
That was a situation that they came in and put you guys under the microscope, and you came out very well. Tell me about it.
Well, actually, some people nominated us to go into the list, and so they look over the nominations, and there's several thousand that they go through every year for the nation. And we were chosen for Federated Shop of the Year last year. It's wonderful.
Out of 4,000.
Well, out of several thousand. I don't remember how many. Tim knows.
Yeah, Tim said over 4,000 across the country. So they came in and kind of put you guys through an evaluation / critique, and they just didn't do it because they like you. I mean, you had to earn it. And so to say that, the #1 repair shop in the country, I mean, that is phenomenal.
That is.
And well deserved.
We were really pleased and proud and humbled because we try very hard. We want to make everybody happy.
Yeah. I mean, you just think, just in Johnson City, there's a slew of them. Yeah. Northeast Tennessee, there's just, I mean, just if you keep expanding the bubble all the way out to the entire country, I mean, that's incredible. The #1 auto repair shop in the country, so says Federated Auto Parts, who obviously would know because they deliver auto parts here. In fact, the guy just came a few minutes ago and brought some parts, so they know what they're talking about. It's not like some off-the-wall company that goes in and evaluates auto repair shops. It's somebody that's in there every day with them, so great news, and so that's something they're very pleased with. Something else, as we were talking about a little bit with Blaine, the master technician, some have one, most have none. Some have one, most shops maybe have one. We have 3 here at American Import and Auto Repair, and also the ASC Blue Seal of Excellence.
Yes.
That's something that folks can hang their hat on as far as trusting you all going to classes and learning more and more about the vehicles.
Yes. Our guys are always in continuing education because computer technology changes so quickly. Well, most people, they have newer cars after, like, say, 2008, 2010. It's all computer. I mean, there used to be a little bit of computer, and then it was half computer, and now practically everything is run by computer. But what people don't realize is there's several computers and modules in their vehicles, and they have to continue to learn as things progress, change, upgrade what those are, and know how to implement it in the repairs. So, yeah. We have the best guys in town.
Absolutely.
We do. Plus, they're nice guys. They're not only smart guys, they're nice guys. I like working with them.
Yeah, they can shoot the bull with you and talk sports, talk whatever, and I go back and say hello to them. So, yep, very, very talented, and they work very hard back there. It's virtually nonstop, but there's always room for you as a new person. As far as a new client, we've been talking about the Super Saver Maintenance Club. Again, we're talking to Kim Smith. You see on the screen. Coming up the bottom of the hour, Jeff Birchfield joins us talking NASCAR. Again, the big announcement just a few minutes ago, we got it kind of exclusive, thanks to the Speedway folks, is that they moved the Wednesday night racing to now Thursday, which is really where it should be. So it's 3 straight nights. Thursday night will be the truck race and the Wheel Modified. Friday night will be the Food City 300, and then Saturday will be the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. So we'll figure out where, or find out, or be told where the Food City Family Race night will be. I guess they'll move it back on Wednesday. Makes sense to me. So you really have Wednesday. I don't know that, but I know for sure Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 straight nights of racing at the world's last great Coliseum, which is really how it should be. So again, we're talking to our friend Kim Smith. So continue on here. What else is happening? Oh, well, let's talk about. We're going to talk about the Super Saver Maintenance Club.
Okay. Well, I have a Super Saver here. We have 2 different types. This is the regular Super Saver for people who do not use synthetic oil, and there's still a lot of vehicles out there that don't. And it's $99, and you get 4 oil changes, 2 tire rotations, and then you get a whole bunch of free things and money off. And really, if you paid for all of this, it would be like $500. But our key is getting people to maintain their vehicle. Change your fuel filter, flush your transmission, get the dirty oil out of there, because it's a lot easier to repair a maintained vehicle and less costly to the owner than it is somebody who doesn't do anything, for a long time, and the dirt builds up and it's a big mess, and then, then you got troubles. More troubles.
And so, again, the Super Saver Maintenance Club is for $99.
Yes, there's a $99 and there's a $150 one. The other one the only difference is it's for premium synthetic oil, and they get 4 tire rotations.
Yeah, so can't go wrong with this. Let me show you again the folks here on the screen, because it's a little bit laggy. I don't know why, but if we do it this way, we'll just keep talking about it.
Okay.
I'll show you here in just a second, but really and truly, it's Mother's Day coming up. It's a great way to give something back to Mom, very practical.
Yes.
It's good for anybody because it can be used on multiple vehicles. It's good for 13 months.
It's good for parents of college kids in this area, because then kids never have money unless it's your money. So there's no excuse for them not to take care of the car that you gave them to use in college, and make sure that their tires are filled and the oil's changed, and that
It's all good. Of course, it's available year round. We push a lot during Christmas for stocking stuffers, but probably any time, Mother's Day, Father's Day,
yeah,
graduation gift for a friend in the office. You want to get them something nice.
It's a great gift for anybody who drives. Yeah. So if you have a friend and you want to get them something nice, and you don't know what to get them, but they drive, this is a great gift.
Yep. Great report, as always. Again, our dear friend. Now, hours are open here at American and Import Auto Repair.
From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 12 noon on Saturday. And if you just want to pop in for oil changes Saturday, that's no problem. If you want anything else, we ask that you call and make an appointment, so we make sure we're prepared for you, because Saturday's a half day.
913-3111 is the number to call. And there is a website. What can we get there? What will we find?
AmericanandImportAutoRepair.com. You'll find out all about us and specialized things and fun things. If you want a good chuckle, go to the let's see, I can't remember what it's at, but it shows all the different dash lights, and there's really like 120 of them, because all different companies use different ones. Some of them are really funny. I mean, you'd be surprised. They look like teapots, and we tell you what they are, and you click on it, and it turns it around and explains what it means. I know, it's kind of like a toy.
AmericanandImportAutoRepair.com, the website.
Yes.
Awesome, lady. Thank you, dear, for coming by here.
Thank you, Thomas.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We are live here again. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We're live here again at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program, again on this Monday. I keep saying Monday, April the 17th. Again, the big breaking news, if you've not heard, we're moving the Wednesday night racing from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's going to be now a doubleheader on Thursday, moving everything till Thursday. That would be the UNOH 200, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, also the Whelen Modified. And so all that coming up again with the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So our buddy Jeff Birchfield's in the house. He's going to visit with us from Johnson City Press coming up here in just a second. But again, big news. Again, kind of got an exclusive breaking news. They've moved the Wednesday night racing to Thursday. And so it'll be the doubleheader on Thursday. Friday night will be the Food City 300. And then Saturday will be the, as we said, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. That's breaking news here for you for this Tuesday, April the 17th, 2018. With you for a little while longer. Don't forget, coming up tonight, we've got Elizabethton Cyclone Baseball, 6:30 airtime. Cyclones and the Sullivan South Rebels will do battle from O'Brien Stadium. We'll have that for you. 6:15 airtime, 6:30 first pitch. And we're looking forward to being over there again, hanging out today with the Cyclones and get back in the groove doing some baseball after spending 4 days doing NASCAR at Bristol Motor Speedway. Monday scores from yesterday: the Yankees beat the Marlins 12-1, Rockies over the Pirates 6-2, Nationals beat the Mets 8-6, Rays double up the Rangers 8-4. It was the Reds won. The Reds beat the Brewers 10-4, Braves 2, Phillies 1. Also, you have postponed games last night: the Orioles at Boston and Fenway, the Cardinals in Chicago, and the Royals and Blue Jays all rained out from yesterday and last night. Also, you have in Major League Baseball from last night: Oakland beat Seattle 2-1, Philadelphia all over Tampa Bay 10-4, Boston beat Baltimore 3-1, and Texas and Houston, it was a 3-1 win by the Rangers over Houston in 10 innings. So that's your Major League Baseball schedule from yesterday and last night. Let's see who's playing today. Let's see. First off, let me give you the National League from last night as well. Let's see. Gave them all to you. So here's your baseball for today. In the American League, Miami and New York, Baltimore and Detroit, Kansas City at Toronto, Cleveland and Minnesota, Texas at Tampa Bay. White Sox again will be in Oakland to battle the A's. Red Sox on the left coast against the Angels, the top two teams in the American League right now, opening up a series on the left coast, and Houston will be in Seattle. And the National League, you have everything under the lights. You have Colorado at Pittsburgh, you have Washington and New York, the Phillies in Atlanta, Milwaukee hosting the Reds again, Cardinals in Chicago to battle the Cubbies, San Francisco to Arizona, and the Dodgers at San Diego. Interleague play, you got Miami and the New York Yankees squaring off again at Yankee Stadium. Tanaka for the Yankees and Garcia goes for the Miami Marlins, and that's a look there in Major League Baseball. Before we go to the break, bring in Jeff, talk a little NASCAR and Kyle Busch and everything happening over the weekend with the Xfinity and also the K&N Series. Let's run down high school baseball today. Cherokee at Science Hill, these are all scheduled, all on unless told otherwise, and I haven't been told anything except we've got these games happening. Cherokee at Science Hill, Volunteer at Crockett, Tennessee High at Dobbins Minute, Sullivan South and Elizabethton, 6:30 first pitch, airtime 6:15. We're covering that one for you today, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Unicoi County at Sullivan Central, Johnson County at Happy Valley, Tri-Cities Flames at Sullivan East, University at Hampton, University High at Hampton, Unaka, Cloudland, and North Green will be at Sullivan North. That is softball, or the baseball today. Softball goes like this. Let's flip the Johnson City Press all over it. The softball, Dobbins Minute at Daniel Boone, Volunteer at Science Hill, Cherokee at Tennessee High, Elizabethton's Lady Cyclones at Johnson County, Unicoi County at Sullivan South, Sullivan East will be at Happy Valley, Unaka University High at North Green at Sullivan North in softball. In soccer today, you've got Science Hill at Tennessee High, Crockett at Dobbins Minute, Daniel Boone at Cherokee, Sullivan Central, the Cougars will be at Unicoi County, Volunteer at Greenville, Elizabethton at Sullivan South, and University High at Chucky Doak. And that's what's going on there in high school baseball, softball, soccer, and Major League Baseball. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll bring in Jeff Birchfield. We'll talk NASCAR. He was up there over the weekend covering the festivities and activities at the world's fastest half mile. We'll get his take on the new schedule change and everything going on next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And one of our great sponsors, again, is B&H Wealth Strategy. With me is the president, Jeff Bingham. Let me go ahead and read the official tag to get it started. Securities and registered investment advisory services offered through Silver Oak Securities Incorporated, member of FINRA and SIPC. B&H Wealth Strategies and Silver Oak Securities are not affiliated. We are affiliated with this man right here, the president of B&H Wealth Strategies, Jeff Bingham. And so, hello, my good friend. How are you?
I'm very well, Tom. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. So tell us again. Glad to have you on board as a sponsor. We love it. And tell folks out there what B&H Wealth Strategies is all about.
Well, I think to start with, we would talk about the fact that we are now 52 years old, that we're the oldest financial planning firm of its kind in Upper East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. And that alone is, I think, speaks volumes about us. I mean, we've been successful over long periods of time. Our staff on hand here my 3 staff members have been with me 17, 20, and 21 years, I think it is now. So what that means is that obviously we've got longevity and consistency and the comfort that our clients really desire. And everything that we do, a lot of people will talk about wealth advisory businesses or brokerage businesses or financial planners, whatever term you want to apply to that, and kind of throw us all into the same bucket. That we're all the same. And I certainly would argue that we are not all the same, and that we are not like anybody else that's out there, not just because of the time that we've been around, although I think that is a very big differentiator, but it's the experience that we try to create, something that we call our 4 seasons experience. And from the moment that you pull into our parking lot to the time you come in and visit with us, we don't have meetings, we have visits. We're in a house that's been redone, so we really try to get everybody very comfortable. You come through the back door, through our kitchen. We've got clients that have been with us for 25, 30, 40 years now that come in, find their own Coke, coffee, or personalized bottled water, if you will, that we have here that's customized for us. And sometimes they don't even come in to see me. They just come in to visit with staff, or they come in to walk or park their car and walk down to John Sevier and walk the track in the flat neighborhood that's around here. So we really, I think what we've been able to do in doing something that is very personal and difficult to talk about money, and it is very important, and we are very good, in my opinion, at managing the money part of it, but we're really managing the entire lifestyle for folks. And part of that lifestyle is what we try to create here, and that comfort level of doing it. And I think it makes us worldly different than everybody else that's out there.
Yep, and you do it well. We'll get his website in a second. 247-1152 is the phone number. They're located on Center Street here in Kingsport, right across from Mayfair United Methodist Church. There is a website. We go there. What will we find?
When you go to our website, you're going to find out, you really get some insight into who we are. In today's world, we talk about making first appearances, right? And what we've created here in this building, it used to be the first appearance, right? You have one chance to make a first appearance, right? And that's a little different now. I mean, it is important, and you see us on the corner here of Center Lamont, and we think that appearance and what you see there looks good. Like I said, we're not overstated by any stretch of the imagination. As a matter of fact, we try to be what we are, which is
we is who he is.
We is who he is. This is not this is not a place we're not ornate. You don't come in and see mahogany desks and Oriental rugs. You come in and you see a house. I mean, you come in through our kitchen. You come in through our reception area, which is which isn't really fancy. It's just comfortable. And then you come into our living room where you wait, and then you come into this room where we're actually sitting this morning, which we would call a conference room, but it really is it's the den. If you sit in here, you're in our den. You've got a fireplace over here, and you can sit down and kind of relax your guard to do that. So again, every little detail we try to attend to and going through that to make our clients and prospective clients comfortable when they come in. And the website is really just a mirror of that right there. We try to obviously have our information that's out there, but it really is just that window into what you see once you come in here, because that's the way of the world today. And I'm kind of going kicking and screaming into that world. I'm old school. I was taught by my dad, who was, we did it on a yellow pad with a pen, and it was pen and paper and a calculator. And I'm still that way, really, to a degree. But I understand the use of technology, and it really has made our lives and our clients' lives much better because of the tool set that we have to do that with. But at the end of the day, all the technology, the website, the Facebook that we're working on here, Twitter, blogs, all of that stuff. Like I said, it's still kind of foreign to me. I do it, but I've got people that help me do it, thank goodness, because I'm really not very good at doing much of anything other than this right here, which is talking to folks and listening to folks and trying to solve problems. And that's really what the website is, and that's what you'll find.
Yep. BHRetire.com is the website, by the way, and this is our good friend, and glad to have him on board, Jeff Bingham from B&H Wealth Strategies, the president, as you heard about it right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
And there you go. That's our buddy again, Jeff Bingham from B&H Wealth Strategies. He used to be Bingham Influ, B&H Wealth Strategies. We're here live again, and he is not Ryan President. He's not Kim Smith. Where is it? There he is. He's Jeff Birchfield. Let's get him back on here as we are live here again at American and Import Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. There it is, and there he is. And for some reason my headset's going out. It's been one of those days. I should have stayed in bed. But anyway, we're here. You can hear him, and that's all that matters. They're tired of hearing me anyway. So, how are you, my good friend? It's been a great weekend of racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. And kind of sum it up. You've been up there for many, many years, and kind of put it up against the years of the past. What do you think of the racing?
As far as the racing itself, I thought was terrific. You know, obviously the crowd was down with the weather the way it was and all, but the racing itself's fantastic. I mean, they've really, with that PJ1 track bite, they've really learned how to apply it, you know, the way to make that bottom groove. Like, that's what everyone's been yelling for the last 10 years. So the old Bristol was back. I mean, you even had the bump and run, the classic move by Kyle Busch to move Kyle Larson out of the way and win the race there. And then that Xfinity race Saturday, I've heard people complain for years, hey, those Cup guys shouldn't be racing in the Xfinity race. They weren't in it, and that's probably the best Xfinity race I can remember up there. Oh, yeah, it was a great race. You got a lot of young talent in there, including Todd Gilliland, who's David Gilliland's son, and Harrison Burton, who's Jeff Burton's son. So, you know, you got a lot of second-generation drivers and third-generation drivers there, and, you know, then it's, you know, just a lot of young talent in that K&N series.
So you've been around this a long time, so how do you, I heard all that, how do you combat the fact people say, well, it's not the old Bristol way? You cannot argue. There is no argument, I should say, for what I saw through Saturday. It was 450 laps of great racing, beating and banging. You had crashes, you had lead changes in the turns. I mean, it was old Bristol, and yet you still said, well, the truck's not what it used to be. You didn't get over that. How do you combat that as a media person?
Well, I mean, it's not really my job to combat it, but just my opinion laying out there as a race fan myself, this is better than the old Bristol. Because the old Bristol, people, you know, tend to look nostalgic, and they look at the Dale Earnhardt Terry Labonte finish from '99. Well, not every race was like that. Right before they changed the track, you had to follow the leader 425 laps. I think Matt Kenseth led or something like that. Was just one groove. You know, that's when they first changed over to the chase, you know, and all that, and everybody's driving real conservative. And I mean, but as far as, you know, what I like about the track now, everybody's still battling for the bottom, but if you do have to go up top, you can, so you see some good side-by-side racing. So to me, it's a little bit of the best of both worlds. And I'm not being a Bristol Motor Speedway homer there when I say that. I mean, I truly feel that way. I feel like it's, you know, a great race and best racing on the circuit, honestly.
Thanks for the notification. I'm fully aware. Thank you that this headset went out. Why we'll get it fixed before baseball game like we had to. So I'm trying to talk real loud. Talk to Jeff Birchfield again from the Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. So yeah, I'm like you as a fan, and I didn't mean to make you combative from a writer, I meant from a fan's perspective, because you know I go out to eat the other night. The guys came up to me and I said, they knew I'm the track, and I said, God, how did they guys race there? You know, see all those wrecks. I'm thinking, now the guy 2 tables down will probably say there's not enough wrecks, so you can't make everybody happy. So you just got to put it out there and let the product be what it is. But honest to goodness, had people come up and complain there was too many wrecks on Saturday. I'm thinking nobody's ever happy. You know, the other people say there's not enough wrecks, and I don't go there for the wrecks. But if you come out of those turns at 120, 130 miles an hour, bumper to bumper, and you're 2 or 3 wide, that's racing. That's one of the reasons I've always said this, is those guys have got this thing figured out. They're the best in the world, and they know what they're doing. But anyway, I thought it was great. The legacy of Kyle Busch. You've been around with Earnhardt, been around with Darrell Waltrip, guy won 7 in a row. I mean, Busch is making a name. This is his track. And Bristol, is that a fair statement?
Oh, definitely is track at Bristol. He's by far the best of any of the, current drivers there. I mean, Kyle Larson clearly had a better car yesterday, and I mean, he got loose, and I mean, you can say, well, it's a dirty move, the bump and run. Some people, don't like driver moving out of the way like that. But on the other hand, Busch should have never even been at his bumper. I mean, Kyle Larson, almost wrecked coming off turn 4 that one time, and that's what allowed Kyle Busch to get right back up on him and stuff. So, I mean, the guy's definitely, he's as talented as probably anybody I've ever seen behind the wheel, just to be honest with you. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's good for the future of the sport. And, people who thought Jimmy Johnson's done, I mean, I think he showed yesterday, hey, I'm still going to be a contender to win races and probably a contender to win another championship. Whether he does win an 8th championship or not remains to be seen, but I think he's at least going to challenge for it again. And I look for him to start getting on a roll and winning more races and move on up that all-time win list chart. I think he's right now tied with Cal Yarborough for 6th, and he's one behind Darrell Waltrip and Bobby Allison. Even though as a Bobby Allison fan, he's always contended he should have 85 wins with a combination race that didn't count, that counts like on Tiny Lund's all-time record and stuff. So, but regardless, I look for him to win quite a few more races before his career is over.
Talking to Jim Birchfield from the Johnson City Press, King Sport Times News Sports Writer. So you had a chance to ride around Bristol with Darrell Waltrip. You had a great article in the paper about it. Boogity took you around the Bristol in a Darrell Waltrip fashion, and just you in the car, and it was breathtaking, but it was pretty cool too, right?
Yeah, it was really, really cool because the thing is, I grew up a Bobby Allison fan, and he and Darrell were big rivals. My brother's a huge Darrell fan, but the thing is, with Bristol Motor Speedway, I mean, Darrell Waltrip's guy's won 12 Cup races there, more than anybody else, And anytime you've been fortunate enough to interview Darrell, I mean, he loves the place. He and Rusty Wallace probably love that track more than any two people I know in NASCAR. And just you could tell his passion. And as soon as he got behind the wheel, he's goes out there and he's full bore. He stomps on the throttle, and then after we went around a couple times, he was acting like we were in the middle of a race. Different guys behind us and looking around and all that. And then got the car even a little loose one time. We went up toward the wall and stuff, and then toward the end of the run, you could just smell the right front tire a little bit. And he said, if this thing blows out, and stuff that he's talking about, he'd crashed into the wall a few times there.
Had a big announcement earlier. We gave it to you. We got the word from Bristol Motor Speedway. They're moving the Wednesday night doubleheader to Thursdays. You're going to have 3 straight nights of racing, which is the way it should be. I think it's going to be great. So you have the wheel and modified and the truck race on Thursday night. Friday night stays Food City 300. And of course, Saturday night is the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. Moving all 3, bang, 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 3 straight nights. And I think it's going to be a great move for the fans.
Yeah, it is a great move for the fans. You don't have that night in between. Although Food City race night in August is, normally huge, and I haven't heard, what the plans are for it now. But, I agree with you. I just think it'll be a fantastic deal, to have all the teams there and the 3 nights of racing back to back to back.
Let's look at the points that head off to Richmond, where, again, Joey Logano won the race a year ago. You have Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick in the top 3. Then comes Boyer, Keselowski, Ryan Blaney. You had that tough wreck up there Sunday. He had the heck of a car. Looked like he may have had a car to win. Of course, at Bristol, that changes lap by lap the way the carnage happens so quickly. Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Kurt Busch round out the top 10. As you see this chart, we're a third of the way through the NASCAR Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series season. Who's in trouble right now? You look up down there and go, Ruh-roh, they better have a good run at Richmond. They're in trouble.
Well, a guy, I mean, he's not really contending for a championship, but I think a guy who's really got a have some results soon is Trevor Bain, in the number 6 car, our Knoxville driver. I mean, I think if he doesn't, he could be in trouble as far as keeping his ride. He's got to perform a little better than what they've been doing for sure. Casey Kane hadn't been doing that well. He was pretty solid all weekend at Bristol, though, so, it's good for him. And, you're talking to Alex Bowman. I think that was a big weekend for him to finally get a good run in that 88 car, because up until then, he really hadn't done a whole lot this year.
Keselowski wins the first 2 stages and, of course, picks up those playoff points, which are very critical, but he faded in the race and finished in the 20s, and so tough afternoon for Keselowski, but he came out with points.
Yeah, he came out with points, but probably the funniest thing of the weekend was the question asked to Kyle Busch, because Keselowski's the one blew the tire, hit the wall, brought the last caution out, and spewing the debris on the track. And so they asked Kyle Busch, hey, Brad brought out that last caution there. I guess you guys are a little closer as friends now or whatever. And Kyle said, well, I wouldn't push it that far. So those guys just tend not to like each other still a lot. Well, Thomas Kyle Busch. I mean, he really is right now. I mean, that team's performing so well, and even though they didn't have the strongest car last year, I mean, Martin Truex Jr. obviously did, but I mean, he still almost pulled out the championship at Homestead last year. Kevin Harvick obviously has been so strong early in the season, but we've seen Kevin Harvick in the past. He'll go through stretches where he may be really strong early and then fade late, and also, if I was, just betting on one guy, it probably would be Kyle Busch right now.
So there you have it again, coming from Jeff Birchfield. Switching gears before I let you go, you've got a big baseball game tonight right up the road. East Tennessee State brings the Tennessee Volunteers coming to town, bringing to town.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal because it'll be the first time, if the Bucks can win, the first time ever that one team has beat the other 3 times in the same season. ETSU won both of the previous meetings, but between the two teams, and they've not named a starter, but I think Daniel Sweeney, former Science Hill guy, probably will be on the mound. I mean, just from the starts they've had earlier this year.
Bucks beat them 10-9. Bucks beat them 9-6. So it's a blue-out game tonight too. Folks are being encouraged to wear all blue for the ball game at 6:30 right up the road here at Thomas Stadium. The first game's at 6:30. Tennessee and East Tennessee State. Never been there. Probably the premier Primo Stadium in the whole region. It's a heck of a baseball facility. Very, very nice. It's first class. And so they'll do that again tonight at 6:30 Thomas Stadium. We've got baseball tonight from Elizabeth and Cyclones and Sullivan South. So NASCAR, again, let's check in with the Xfinity Series real quick. What's your take on that?
Well, Xfinity Series, they're going to do the whole thing again this weekend where there won't be any Cup drivers. And I mean, if the race is as good as it was at Bristol, I think it's a good deal that some of these young guys are, getting their shot to shine in the spotlight and all that. Guy would maybe pick as a favorite going into this weekend. A couple of guys, actually, is probably Daniel Hemrick in that Richard Childress racing car. And he's also supposed to make his Cup debut, at Richmond. And then probably Christopher Bell, who was running really strong before he got caught up in an accident at Bristol.
Cole Custer, too. There's another guy who's in it for that Asher Cash, but again, Ryan Priest, who doesn't have a full-time ride. I thought that was interesting. I thought, boy, after Saturday, you would find, I would think, some team tracking him down and saying, let's put you in a car, but he's not in this weekend. I've got the entry list. He's not going to be there this weekend for the Richmond race. And so I think it's Noah Gregson, as a matter of fact, is going to be in that ride, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it sure does. The thing with Ryan Priest is pretty interesting is, he races the modified cars up in the Northeast, but he's one of the old school guys who still works on his car and, gets out there and turns wrenches and all that. And the whole deal with him getting the Joe Gibbs Racing ride, he could have gotten a longer ride with some other teams, but he actually pulls, sponsorship money he did to try to get a few races with the best equipment out there, and then it's paid off for him. He won at Iowa last year and then won this year, at Bristol, obviously.
Last thing I want to get you before I let you take off here again, Denny Hamlin
Yeah, it definitely is a problem because, I mean, I think the last race it happened that Kevin Harvick was complaining about it, and Eric Almirola from Stuart Haas team. So, I mean, it's not just Joe Gibbs Racing. It's, and they're handing them out randomly, and all, but still it's apparently the supplier, where NASCAR's getting the guns from, Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny said, hey, we can supply the whole field, with guns, we've built, and they're more reliable than, what NASCAR's getting from this supplier and all. So, it would be a shame to see somebody lose a championship, although, it's just one of those factors. I mean, of course, you have engine failures and different things. Part of, motorsports is a little different than other sports. So, I mean, I guess that just, another added factor to it. Yeah, definitely, and I think he ended up losing actually 2 or 3 laps in that because, you pit in under the green flag Bristol, I mean, you're going to lose at least 2 laps, and I think he might have actually ended up losing 3 laps before it was over. Yeah, he finished 1 lap down right there, so, yeah. Yeah.
Great report. So where are you going to be tonight? Covering the baseball game?
Going to be covering the baseball game. Got a thing after a while. I'm going to meet ETSU Tennis, where they've won 10 straight Southern Conference championships and going for, number 11 here. And then also a little later today talking to Michael Morrell, the Elizabethan guy who was named the head coach over at UNC Asheville basketball last week. So shoot, I'm all kinds of sports, not just racing.
Yeah. Other than that, you're not doing anything, are you?
Nah, not doing anything. Hopefully get over Kingsport Speedway this Friday night. As much as I love Bristol, the racing at Kingsport is just absolutely phenomenal. I love the weekly stuff over there as well.
Oh, absolutely. I was over there and watched one opening Saturday 2 weeks ago. Had a big house and had some great racing, and so I'm looking forward to that as well. Mr. Birchfield, you're awesome. I appreciate you very much, and you're welcome back anytime. I'm glad you stopped by here. And love reading what you have to say on anything you do. You do a great job.
No, I appreciate that, Tom. So. All right, thanks a lot. You too.
The man right there, I'm going to borrow his cans because mine hit the skids, and I'm not sure why. So, Jeff Birchfield, appreciate him very much being with us here again from the Johnson City Press and Kingsport Times News. So, we got a few minutes left here before we get out of here. We got baseball this evening. It doesn't stop either on this side of the fence. We're going to keep rolling, and we got baseball coming up, as we said. Elizabeth and Solomon South, 6:15 airtime, 6:30 first pitch, and so we'll have that for you coming up tonight. National Hockey League last night, let's run them down for you. Toronto skated past Boston 4-2. Predators lose last night. Colorado leads that series 5-3 out of the best of 7. They won 5-3. They lead the series rather 2 games to 1. It was San Jose, no problem with Anaheim, 8-1. They lead that series 3-0. It was also New Jersey skating past Tampa Bay, winning that one 5-2, and Toronto skates past Boston 4-2. Tonight on the ice, Washington skates in Columbus against the Blue Jackets, Winnipeg and Minnesota, and the Vegas Golden Knights will take on the Los Angeles Kings tonight. That's all going on in the National Hockey League for this Tuesday, April the 17th. So let me put on the glasses, make sure I can read what the series are. Holy tamale, it's been a day here already. Let's see here. Let's run them down for you again. Tampa Bay and New Jersey, and that series now is Tampa Bay leads that series 2-0. Is that correct? 3-0. Tampa Bay down 3-0, if I'm reading this right, and I'm not sure that I am. So why don't I just not do that till tomorrow when I got a little bit more organized? Tonight, Washington at Columbus, Winnipeg skates at Minnesota, and Vegas at Los Angeles. NBA from last night. Let's run that down for you. The playoffs again. Couple of games. Golden State goes 2-0 in the best of 7. They beat the Spurs last night 116-101. It was Philadelphia and Miami. Miami goes into Philly and beats the 76ers 113-103. And so in the NBA series, let's see how that one's rolling now. It's that series tied 1 apiece. San Antonio and Golden State Warriors lead that one 2-0. That'll shift to San Antonio for Thursday night for Game 3 of that series. Tonight, Washington at Toronto. It is Toronto leading that best of 7, 1-0. They'll play that one tonight in Toronto. Milwaukee plays in Boston against the Celtics. Boston in overtime beat Milwaukee over the weekends. They lead that series 1-0. And New Orleans and Portland will get together tonight, and that will be New Orleans and Portland. And New Orleans leads that series 1-0. They'll play that one in the Pacific Northwest against in Portland on the Trailblazers' home floor. So that's what's happening there. More problems in college basketball. The month-long investigation with the FBI into corruption within college basketball has hit a new turn. Stay tuned. This thing's going to blow up. Federal prosecutors filed a indictment in its ongoing probe, which expanded the scope of the investigation to include now North Carolina State and Kansas, in addition to previous allegations tied to Miami and Louisville. So the allegations involving NC State are believed to involve Dennis Smith Jr., now with the Dallas Mavericks, and a $40,000 payment arranged by Adidas to keep Smith from decommitting from the Wolfpack. You stay at our school. You said you're coming to our school. If you don't waiver and you come to our school, we're going to put $40,000 in your checking account. I believe that's illegal last time I checked. So stay tuned. This thing's going to blow up in college basketball, unfortunately. Also, as we told you earlier, Alabama this year, Alabama High School Athletic Association has implemented instant replay for Alabama high school football starting this year. And so they are going to put that in immediately. And so it is an experiment, but for some reason I don't think it's going to be an experiment. So instant replay reviews are coming to high school football in the state of Alabama. Several states, including New Jersey and Minnesota, have used or plan to use replay in championship games, and Alabama is believed to be the first state to have instant replay available at all high school games. Mark it down. It'll be here in Tennessee before it's all said and done. So thank you, Chad. Yep. Got back on the right headset. I don't know what happened to the microphone. It just went out. It's been one of those days. Oh well. Daddy used to say, boys, some days you get the peanuts, some days you get the shells. It's on how you're gonna react to it. So headset went out. It ain't cancer. We'll just keep on trucking. This is how it's gonna roll. So anyway, we let's see if I covered everything. I believe I have. Baseball tonight, 6:30. East Tennessee State hosting the Tennessee Vols from Thomas Stadium on the campus of East Tennessee State, or right off the campus of East Tennessee State. Let me run down the soccer and softball and baseball one more time for you. First off, in soccer today, Science Hill, Tennessee High, Crockett at Dobbins Minute, Daniel Boone at Cherokee, Sullivan Central at Unicoi County, Volunteer at Greenville, Elizabethton at Sullivan South, and University High at Chucky Doak in soccer. Baseball today, baseball, you have Cherokee at Science Hill, Volunteer at Crockett, Dobbins Minute hosting Tennessee High, South and Elizabethton will go on there at 6:15, first pitch at 6:30. You have Unicoi County at Sullivan Central tonight in baseball, Johnson County at Happy Valley, Tri-Cities Flames at Sullivan East, University High at Hampton, Unaka, I should say, at Cloudland, and North Green at Sullivan North. And in softball tonight, it goes as follows. The softball on this Tuesday, Dobbins Minutes ladies will be at Daniel Boone, Volunteer at Science Hill, Tennessee High's ladies hosting Cherokee, Elizabethton's Lady Cyclones at Johnson County, Unicoi County at Sullivan South, Sullivan East at Happy Valley, Unaka's Lady Rangers at University High, and North Green will be at Sullivan North. In baseball, your leaders in the Big Seven at Science Hill at 8-0, and the Three Rivers at Unicoi County at 7-1, and the Watauga Valley Conference at University High at 7-0. In softball, Big Seven, your leader tied up top are Crockett and Science Hill, both at 5-1. The Three Rivers, Elizabethton leads it by a 6-0 record, and in the Watauga Valley Conference, Unaka at 7-0 leads the way there. On a final note, before we get out of here, from my old school, or from my school, Hal Greer from Marshall University passed away yesterday at the age of 81. Born and raised in Huntington, went to Marshall, played for the Thundering Herd, moved on to play for the Philadelphia 76ers, 10-time All-Star, All-Star Game MVP, 7-time NBA All-Second Team, part of the NBA's 50th anniversary all-time team, one of the top 50 players in the history of the game. Again, so Hal Greer passed away at the age of 81. They retired his jersey several years ago. He's in the NBA Hall of Fame, and so Hal Greer, dead at the age of 81, again played. It was a 10-time NBA All-Star, named to the All-NBA Second Team 7 times, named to the NBA's 50th Anniversary All-Time Team, had his uniform retired with the 76ers, and had a double-digit scoring average, and so he passes away again, as we said, at the age of 81. And that's what's going on here. Thanks again to our guest. Obviously, we had on tonight, Kim Smith joined us, and so she joined us, co-owner from American and Import Auto Repair here in Johnson City, along with Blaine Turner. Also, Jim Montag came by. We appreciate him very much being with us on the show from Direct Healthcare. Also, we had on the show Ryan Presnell, the baseball coach from the Elizabethton Cyclones. Rejoining you at 6:15 tonight. Going to be a busy day. 6:15 tonight. We've got Elizabethton Cyclone baseball first pitch, 6:30 against the Solomon South Rebels of Coach Anthony Richardson. Until then, for Kim Smith and Tim Smith and Cynthia and Blaine, all the folks here at American and Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, this is Tom Taylor telling you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. See you back at 6:15 for Cyclone baseball. Until then, so long, everybody.